right. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I welcome you once again. This is Kingdom Radio. My name is Chris, right here behind the Kobo. The hour have come, and we are so delighted and happy to welcome once again our great presenter, our great inspirational speaker, Barrister Messi Ada Ukonu, all the way from Lagos. And I know that you guys are ready. What we want you guys to do right now is for you to help us to share this broadcast and so that we can reach as many people as possible. And I'm using this opportunity to wish you a happy Easter celebration. Welcome, Adamesi Ukono. Good
Good day,
afternoon.
Pastor Chris. Good afternoon, sir. How are you, sir?
God bless you. I'm fine. God bless you. How are you doing today?
God bless you. Too. I'm good. I bless God.
We thank God. Happy Easter celebration to you in Nigeria.
I wish you the same.
Yes. How are you planning for the celebration? Anything special?
Nothing. Just to remind ourselves the essence of the death of Christ and to live life in accordance to what He wants us, how He wants us to live our lives. That's the essence of the celebration.
Yes, so that we don't forget what he came here to do and he have done.
Yeah.
Yes. So, all right, because of our time, let's go straight now to the program. I know that you have a wonderful topic that you want to share today. I'm ready, and my fans, the people of Sweden, the people of Scandinavia, and the people of the world are ready to hear from our great inspirational speaker, Barrister Ada Messi Ukono. God bless you, Messi.
God bless you too, sir. Thank you so much, Pastor Chris. I really appreciate and God bless you. And for every viewers out there on the fan page and wherever you're calling from, I say a very wonderful day, good day, and happy Easter to each and every one of us. And I believe that we all have in mind and keep ourselves reminded of the essence of this season. And I really want to say a very big thank you to Kingdom Radio for this opportunity and for all the viewers out there to once more I appreciate you. And today, this is Barrister Ada Ukonu. Messi, and today's Brain Box series, we will be considering the topic titled The Importance of Building Your Image. Sometimes when I look at it, that what does it really entail? Is my image really important? Is it really important for me to build an image? Is it really important for me to dress well? After all, I have a good content, so it doesn't matter the way I look. I can look anywhere and I still deliver. All that matters is what I have inside of me. But we need to understand that because most of the time we look at, a lot of us just trivialize these things, that it doesn't matter how I look. How I look doesn't count, but it's how people see, what they see me, what they see inside of me. That is what matters. But we need to understand that in the world of marketing, uh, packaging plays a very important role. And you need to understand that from the world statistics, it's been said that every year, 95% of the new products that get into the market lose their value, lose customers, or lose sales because of what? The customers uses the shortcut method, which is what? Viewing the packaging. Packaging tells it all. The product might not be wonderful. The product might not be it all. The product might not be so awesome. Maybe when you open it, you might get disappointed. But the first port of call, the thing that gets you attracted, is the container itself, is the way the product is being packaged. That's why when you see manufacturers, when you see people who manufacture things, they always pay close attention to how their product looks like on the outside, how they package it, because you need to know that note that there are a lot of people who has been taken, a lot of good people that have been taken for bad people because of the way they appear. So that's why they said that the way you dress is the way you will be addressed. So if you want to be addressed properly, you need to dress properly. You need to dress right. It doesn't Dressing right doesn't entail buying the most expensive dress. It doesn't entail you spending your whole pouring all your accounts into your wardrobes. No, but it entails you dressing right at the right time, in the right occasion, with the right dress, and always looking very neat at every point in time. Because not everybody you come in contact with will have an opportunity to discuss with you, will have an opportunity to come in contact with you. Do you understand that for the first time a person meets you, he passes his or her judgment by the way you appear, and they do a self-assessment, and they already pass a judgment about you. But that might be wrong. It might not really be who you are, but because of the way you appear. When you appear shabbily, people will address you shabbily. When you appear good, people will give you some level of what respect. We need to understand that packaging is very powerful, and it tells customer why your product and your brands are different and have impact on sales. We need to understand that what distinguishes you from that other person out there is the way you dress. Do you understand that your dressing speaks volume about you? Your dressing tells the kind of person that you are. Your dressing tells your personality. Your dressing tells people who you are, the way you take yourself. And that's why you see that sometimes people wonder, why don't people treat me nicely? Why do people look down on me? But you need to understand that until you put a word on yourself, people will not put a word on you. Until they can see that you're putting an effort. Okay, fine, you're looking good. People can address you in the way you dress. So we need to understand that our dressing plays a very important role in anything that we do. There is no business that sells off because it has no product that sells off because it has the product is good. No, but the product must first of all market on the outside before it's what brings about what is on the inside. The eye must first of all see and believe and be convinced before it can look into whatever the product has inside of it. Therefore, we need to understand that there's certain our image is very important in making us to stand out, or for us to remain at the level where we are. Therefore, if you want much more, if you want to step out of where you are, right, and dress properly so that people can address you rightly. Now, we'll now look at what are the importance of image. What are the importance of our image? What are the importance of dressing right? There's certain benefit, there's certain importance, there's certain needs why we need importance, why we need to dress right. Number one importance of your image is that it helps you to stand out. Your image helps you to stand out as a human being. It is your image that stands you out from the crowd. Your image will tell the people what you think of yourself. Your image will tell people the value you place on yourself. Your image will tell people your self-worth. So your image is what helps you to stand out from any other person. And that's why that people take looking good for being fashionable. Sometimes you need to understand that dressing well, dressing right, you must first of all understand yourself, understand who you are, and you dress in line with who you are. And because from your dressing, people assess you and give a verdict of who you are. Therefore, you need to understand that number one thing that our image does for us it helps us to stand out from among the crowd. And number two is that it improves your mood. Have you never had experience? Now let's look at when there are some days you feel very confident about yourself because you look at it, you're confident in what you're wearing, and you just go about that day, you're all bright, you're all happy, you're all very cheerful, and everything about that day just goes on very well for you because you like the attire, you like the dress that you're putting on, and you see that it sparks off your mood. Then you need to understand that number two thing that your image would do for you is that it helps improves your mood by enhancing your self-esteem. Now, what does it do? It makes you to feel more responsible. It makes you to feel more competent. It makes you to feel more trustworthy and authoritative. Because when you dress well, it gives you that confidence that you can go in anywhere. You can speak to anybody. You can attend. If they call you up for a meeting, you can attend. For a board of meeting, you can easily go there, and you don't need a prior notice for you to dress right. It gives you that competence. It gives you that authoritative mood. You feel trustworthy. You feel responsible. Because when you dress, it do happens to me that sometimes when I wear clothes, I feel so confident in that clothes that I'm wearing, and it sparks up my mood. So even when I go out there, I don't feel, maybe when somebody looks at me, I don't feel that probably it's because of the way I'm dressed. That's why this person is looking at me. Probably I'm not dressing well, because if I'm not confident in what I'm wearing, that's what I'll be thinking. So you'll be thinking that everybody looking at you is considering what you're wearing, and is thinking that probably the dress is not nice, you're not looking good, the clothes is not cool. But when you're confident in what you're wearing, and first of all, dressing, just like I said earlier, must define who you are. You first of all understand yourself, and your dressing will now what define you, and let your dressing speak who you are. So dress who you are, so that people can understand you. Don't dress like somebody else. You don't have to be what, you don't have to wear you don't have to be trendy for you to look good. But understand who you are and dress in accordance, and dress what? Dress right. So we need to understand dressing well is much more about you what than others. It's much more about you than others. It's not really what people think of your dressing, but it's really much more about what? About you. Because you're speaking to people, you're telling people, this is me. This is who I am on the inside. So that's why I'm dressed like this. So if the way you don't want the people to address you, don't dress that way. Then dress in a manner that when you are dressed, you'll be confident to say, okay, yes, this is who I am. And that's why I'm getting this, that's why people are dressing me in this manner. Now, number three thing that the importance of your image would do for you is that it shows your self-worth. Your image so shows your self-worth. If you want others to invest time, money, or energy into you, you need to show them that you invest in yourself. Most of the time, we want people to invest in us. We want people to invest their time in us. We want people to invest their money in us. We want people to invest their energy in us, but we don't show them that we ourselves are investing that time, money, energy, into ourselves. That is why you see that people will not treat you the way you want to be treated, because you have not put in the energy required. You've not shown people that I have a self-worth for myself. You've not shown people that, yes, I'm putting enough energy into myself. And that's why I need much more from what people are giving to me. That's why I should be treated in a better manner than the way I'm being treated. So therefore, for you, it shows your self-worth. That's the number three thing, the importance of what your self-image, building what your self-image. It shows your self-worth, the way you value yourself. It shows the energy you're putting into yourself. It shows the investment, the time, the money that you're putting in yourself. I said it earlier that wearing an expensive clothes, it doesn't mean that for you to dress right, you must wear an expensive clothes. You just have to dress. Not everybody can afford it, but you can dress nice and neat. For everybody, to everybody's level, you can afford something. So you can afford to look good. You can afford to combine. Sometimes you might wear expensive clothes, but you're just looking shabby in it because you're not combining it right, or you're not dressing it, you're just wearing it casually. So it all depends on you making the clothes look nice and neat. Invest in time, invest energy, invest money. Let people see that you value yourself. Let people see that you place a self-worth on yourself, and let people also invest the same in you. So note that when you build your self-image, you are investing, you're showing people that you value yourself, and people will also treat you in that like manner. Now, the fourth thing, that the importance of building your self-image, building your image, is that dressing well attracts like-minded people. That's the fourth thing you need to understand, what dressing well does for you. Dressing well attracts like-minded people. I said the way you dress is the way you are dressed. When you dress well, you attract like-minded people, like you. You attract people who have dressed like you, into your life. You attract a high frequency energy to you. You would have put effort into your appearance, among other things, to attract those energies into yourself. So you don't just attract it. For you to attract that high profile people into your life, for you to attract that the kind of people you want, then you need to dress in like manner for you to attract. You can't dress like a beggar and attract what? A king. A king might want, you might have the content of a king, but your container is already what's giving you away because you have not dressed in the like manner that you ought to dress in order for you to meet up to the standard to meet with that what? A king. So dressing tells people a lot about you. That's what I said earlier. It's a voice that speaks what before you can. Do you understand that your dressing speaks for you before you can even utter a word? When people come in contact with you, they've not met with you, they don't know your name, they're just looking at you for the first time, they're just seeing you for the first time. What do? The first thing that speaks for you is your dressing. You don't have to say a word for them to understand who you are. Your dressing has spoken the first word to them. So the next thing is now is for them, is for you now, when you come in contact, when they speak with you. That's why it takes time. Yeah, there's some people that have been discovered, though they're dressing, their image are not right. But it takes few people to have the patience to discuss with you, to understand your real person. But we need to note the fact that as much as our dressing is very important, as much as the container is very important, you need to also understand that the content in that container is also as much important as that container. Let's not get it all wrong. I'm not here to tell you that your dressing can give you the 100%. Your dressing will attract much into your life. Then for you to sustain, it's all called sustainability of what you have what attracted to yourself. Now, when they come in contact with you, they want to see what that's as beautiful as that package is. Let the content inside also be beautiful, because if not, it only take for a little time and everybody would all goes away, because you realize that you have only was succeeded in bringing people into your life that you can't sustain, bringing things into your life that you can't sustain. Just like a good product, a good packaged product in the market, people can easily rush it for the first season, but you need to understand that by the time they take it home to open to see how beautiful the content is, and they realize that it's only what's garbage that is inside, then you realize that that is the last time you have a sale of that product. Even by the time you go back to ameliorate that situation, it will take a time for people to accustom themselves back to that thing, because a trust once lost, it takes is often very difficult to regain it. So we need to understand that your packaging is very important. The way you dress is very important. The way you appear is very important. As much as it is important, the same way your content should be should be very, very thick. The things that comes out of you, the things that you have. That is why they say that it is the value that you bring at the marketplace that sells you, that places you ahead of your of your equals. Now that value, before it will be accepted, the container itself must be must also present itself very rightly. Even though you might find the content might sustain you, it takes a while. You can rebrand and look good, but first of all, for you to get an overall result and a better result, your content and your container, the two must be very right. Therefore we need to dress well. And the next thing, dressing sharps. Dressing sharp make the importance. Another importance of dressing, building our image, is that it makes you more useful at work. Dressing well makes you more useful at work. And how does that apply? You need to understand that by the time you dress well and you go to work, you're looking good. You are good to attend any meeting, whether the board of meeting of supervisors, meeting of with a customer, or at any point that you don't need a prior dress of appointment for you to go and dress, or for them to give you time for you to go and arrange yourself in order to attend the meeting. So it gives you that spur of the moment that whenever you're called upon, you answer. So it makes you very useful, and it makes your boss or the owners of the company or those ahead of you to be confident in you, because they know that at every point in time that they call you, at every point in time they knock on you, that you're ever ready. So don't dress in a way that they look at you at work. Sometimes they might want to send you for a meeting, and they look at you, no, 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 not this kind of dressing. You won't, your dressing won't speak well for the company. So dressing right, importance of building your image. The sixth thing that it does for us that I mentioned is that it helps you to be useful at work. So your boss can make use of you at any time, and you can appear anywhere. You can meet with any customer, and you represent the company what rightly. Therefore, we need to understand that packaging is very important in everything that we do. We cannot just exist. We cannot just be on want to sell ourselves. For you to sell yourself, sell your image. Your image sells for you. Your image will speak volume for you. Your image will tell who you are. So we need to understand that apart from what your image, the content and the container, make sure that every point in time, the next thing you need to do is so wear a smile at every point in time, because a smile, they say a smile can work, can change the world for the better. Just giving someone a smile, it can change the person's perception about you, and it makes people feel comfortable around you. These are all part of your dressing. Wear a good smile. Let people look at you and let their spirits what be lifted. Let people look at you and say, wow, you set an example. You know, when you dress well, you know, sometimes we find out that our environment affects what the way we dress sometimes. Or the friends, among the friends that we find ourselves in, the friends that we hang out with also affect what our dressing. But you don't have to align yourself with what the environment has to offer you. You don't have to align yourself with what your friends, who your friends are. You can stand out from among the crowd. Stand out from among them. Be different. So that's why even the Bible says that come out from among them and be ye separate. And be ye what? Be ye different. Who told you that you cannot be different? You can dress like, let others take a leaf from you. Let others learn from you. In an environment where you come from an environment that everybody just dressed the same way, and you don't see any importance for you to dress different. After all, nobody is judging you in that. But you need to understand that you need to set the example. Let people look at you. Wow. And if they have people looking up to you and others was following, you realize that you become an influencer in that angle, and people around there will also they will look up to you and want to also dress like you, because you have started a pace, and you before you know it, things around there will be changed. Therefore, we need to have the right mindset when it comes to what addressing whatever thing that you want to achieve, whatever thing, don't be casual. I used to say this anytime I come out, don't be casual in the game of life. You don't have to be what casual in the game of life. At every point in time, we ought to be what take everything about us very seriously, and that's why our dressing is what very important. And we don't need to be what casual when it comes to what dressing up. So we need to dress uprightly and wear the right dressing at every point in time, because the way we dress is the way what will be addressed. Therefore, let's learn to build our image, because our image speaks volume of who we are, and that's what people see as a first port of call and pass their judgments about us. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much, Barrister Ada Ukonu. What a powerful topic you have brought to us today. Wow, wow, this is really what the people need to hear. All right, because of time is not our friend. Those of you that are watching, please help us to share this broadcast. And once again, happy Easter celebration. I have 4 questions to ask you, Barrister Adamesi Ukonu, here pertaining to what you are telling and what you are teaching us. I have listened, and I know that it is really very interesting to know on how we are packaging and dressing. The first question I would like to ask you is dressing well a sign of respect? Did you
Yes.
get me?
Yes, I got you, sir. Is dressing well a
So
sign
what
of
will you say?
respect? That's your question.
Yeah,
Dressing
yeah.
well, yes. Yes, is a sign of, because that's just like I said in the course of my teaching, that the way you dress is the same way people want to address you. So dressing well shows the kind of respect you have for yourself. It shows the self-worth you have for yourself. It tells people everything about yourself. So if you respect yourself so much, you value yourself so much, because when you respect yourself, there's a certain level, there's a way you treat yourself. And the same way you treat yourself, that's the same standard that people will apply what for you. So dressing what can be equated, you can stand on the way how well you respect yourself, and how well you want to stand out in the crowd, how well what you want to stand out what amongst your equal. So it shows a kind of what you have a self respect for yourself, and the same with people what will treat you in like manner. Thank you.
Okay, wow, thank you so much. And another one I want to ask, another question is, how can we improve in our self-image? How can we improve in our self-image?
Okay, how we can improve in our self
Yeah.
image? Okay, we need to understand that first thing we need to do is to what? Silence that inner critic. They know at every point in time, sometimes when you dress up, there's something inside of you that will tell you, huh, why are you dressing like this? You know it doesn't fit you. You know this is not you. You're not supposed to just dress normal the way you used to dress. There's something inside of you that will always speak negative, especially if you're not the type that build up the way you dress, and maybe you want to change your style. There's something about you that critic will start speaking. There's something the negative mindset will come into place, will come into play. So we can build our self-image by first of all was silencing what the critic inside of you, and what challenge every of your negative belief, and identify the positive about yourself. Because I told us that our dressing speaks about you. Your dressing tells me who you are, and I can easily tell that, okay, this is the kind of person that you are. So identify the positive about yourself and dress like that. If you are the type that this is the way you want to be, then you are the build that, identify that positive what about yourself, and what build it in terms of what you're dressing. And the next thing you need to do was take on what challenges, and what build positive relationships. Because sometimes we realize that our self-image is affected by the environs where we find ourselves, and also the people around us, the people that we associate with. So these are the things that affect us sometimes the way we dress. If your group of friends are not the type that bother themselves about how they look, they look anyway shabbily anyhow, then you find yourself in that circles, and you find yourself dressing in like manner. You don't see the need to dress well or to look good. Therefore, for you to improve your self-image, you need to silence, number one, silence that critic inside of you when you want to start to change your styles, because the critic will come up. Silence it, number one. Then identify the positive what about yourself, and dress like that. Identify who you are, identify the positive what of the person that you are, and dress in like manner like that. Then take on challenges. Number three, and the fourth thing is for you to do is what to build your what positive relationship. Build positive relationship with your friends, with the people around you. Don't build your relationships around what the negators, and let's make sure that people around you are the right people for you, that will help you what to build your self-image. So with all this and much, there's much more than this, but if you can add this to what we already know to help us what to build our self-image. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Wow. Thank you so much, Barrister Adames Ukonu. The third question before the last one is, how can we improve our dress sense? How can we improve our dress sense?
Okay. Now we need to understand, first thing first, we need to understand what compels and interests us. What compels and interests you? That's the first thing we need to understand. As a person, for you to improve in your dress sense, first of all, understand what compels you and what interests you. Then you can begin to find a way to incorporate it what into your dressing. That's what will help you what to improve your dress. Don't dress maybe your friend, there's a way your friend is dressing. It might be speaking of who that your friend might be dressing to speak of herself, this is who I am, then you need to understand what compels you, what is that and what interests you, then start dressing you in that manner. And that's the way. And also remember to always wear outfits that are appropriate for every what occasion. You know, sometimes we misplace our dressing. There are certain occasions that you know that you're supposed to dress like this and you're dressing this way. Sometimes when you find yourself in that occasion, it puts you out of place and people start looking at you. Where did you come from? Did you fall from the moon or something like that? So you need to dress in accordance with the what occasion. And another thing is that care about the things that you put on. You know, sometimes you might look very good. Your dressing entails everything about you, from your head to your toe, your shoes, the pair of shoes you put on, and everything. So you should just understand where the appropriate dress for the every occasion, and also understand what compels you and what you find interest in, and dress in like manner with that. That will help us speak to people, tell people, speak
Okay.
about you, and tell people who you are. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you, Barrister Messiada Ukonu. All right. Final question before dress affects you. Did you get my question?
I can't hear you, sir. It's breaking off.
Now I'm asking you is how would the way I dress affect the way I'm dressed? Did you hear me?
How? I can't hear you, so I didn't get you, sir.
How would the way I dress affect the way? Okay. Maybe
Okay.
I am asking how would the way I
Okay.
dress affect the way I'm dressed? Yeah.
Okay. How would the way you dress affect the way you are
Did you get
dressed?
me?
Yes, I got you, sir. I got you now. Okay.
Yes.
How we dress tells, just like I said, your dressing tells everything about you. Your dressing tells, you can't dress like you're dressing like a mad person and you expect to be addressed like someone that is sane. Everybody will address you like someone who is mad. You're wearing a tattered clothes, you're wearing rumpled clothes, very dirty, unkempt, you're looking so unkempt, and you expect people to treat you like a queen. It's not possible. People only address it. Probably a knot got loose or something is going wrong with this person. Why when you check yourself, there's nothing wrong with you, you are okay. So definitely the way you dress will always determine how people will address you. There's a way you dress, and people might even give you a level that you're not because of you, the way they see you dress, and they give you that respect, and they talk to you in a manner that you wouldn't even have expected. That wow, so I even deserve this. What have I done to deserve all this from this person? The way this person is addressing me, because of the way you have built your image, because of the way you have dressed, you're dressed up. So definitely you need to note that if you want to be addressed rightly, dress well. But if you don't want to be addressed rightly, then dress any way you want, dress in a manner that you want, because the world will only give you what you have thrown to it. So the investment you put in yourself, the self-worth you put into yourself, the energy you put into yourself, that's the same energy that people will put back to you. So if you want that same energy, put it into yourself. And if you want that self-worth, you want people to respect you, to talk to you nicely, and to give you that respect that you deserve, then dress in that like manner. Then you understand. If but permit me to say, if you're out there and you have not been dressing right, or people have not been addressing you very well, just try this out. Change the way you dress and see the result. You can just do that as an experiment. Okay, let me experiment this. I don't, people look down on me, people don't talk rightly to me and all that. I don't know what I've done. Just check the way you are dressed. If you're not dressing right, then change the way you are dressing and see what happens next. And if things will not turn around for good. So if you want to be respected, you want to be placed highly, dressed in that like manner. And also what? Bring out the good content inside of you. Thank you.
Okay. Wow. Wow, wow, Messi. Oh, so we thank you. We appreciate your time. I think you are one of the best teacher of the year. We have been learning much from you, and you have been making some research, trying to open our eyes to enable us to be this kingdom citizen that God have called us to be. So thank you so much. And but before
Thank you
you
so
go,
much, sir.
final advice before generally to our people, general advice before you go. We are about to go now. Thank you, thank you.
Okay. Okay.
Did you hear me?
Thank you so much, sir. Yes, I heard it
Yeah.
clear, loud and clear, sir. Thank you so much. What I have for us is just go into the world and be yourself. Just go into the world, be yourself. Dress like yourself. Dress like dress who you are, and let your dressing will speak for you. Don't try to be somebody else. Don't try to dress like somebody else because that person is making a statement of who he or she is. Then make a statement about yourself by what you put on, by the way you dress, and the way you want to be seen. Be dressed that way so people can give you the accolades that you want or that you deserve, or the place you where you ought to be or where you want yourself wants to be. So let's build our image because packaging rules the business world. Packaging rules what everything that you do. For you to get a good job out there, when you go for interview, first of all, they look at your dressing. Your interviewer will check the way you're dressed. You can't go. You're going for an interview. You're putting on a t-shirt, a face cap, and you just dress just that way. You're going for a corporate job. There's no way. From the beginning, you're already failing. Your point is already going down because you're not dressing right. So at every point in time, let's dress well. Dressing plays a very important role in marketing you and in making a statement about who you are. So let's build our self-image. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Thank you, Messi.
Thank you so much, sir.
Happy Easter celebration. Extend my greetings to our brothers sisters back there in
Okay.
Nigeria and Lagos. And I know that my people, they are all doing fine and well down there. God bless you. God
God
bless you,
bless you
Messi.
too,
We
sir.
look forward again to receive you. Bye.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Bye.
Bye.